welcome. It is Sunday evening, July the 18th, and time for yet another episode of Happy Birthday to Ken Walls. You like that one?
Dude, and it's July 19th this Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Did I say Sunday? I routinely say Sunday because that's when our show is. But it is today's 16th, right?
Today is
try that again. Welcome.
Thursday.
It's Wednesday. No, it's Thursday. I don't have a clue. It's Thursday. Boy, you can tell I'm groomed to do a Sunday evening show. It's Thursday. I didn't even have that written down, Ken. I mean, that's pretty funny. Hey, happy pre-birthday, dude.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Cindy, Dan, Robert Brooker. Man, dude, I am blessed. I am a very, very, very blessed man.
I think you're twice blessed because not only are you blessed, but you're conscious of it, which makes you not only twice blessed, but it really puts you in a key position to be able to utilize your blessings. Because if you're blessed but don't know it, then there's a real good chance you're going to overlook what's present in your life.
Well, you know what's interesting? Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. What's interesting is everybody is blessed, man. Everybody is blessed. They just don't recognize it.
That's my point.
They don't recognize it, man. They'd rather live in the misery and the news and all the other stuff. And thank you, Greg. I appreciate that.
That's Jose, one of our extra milers. One of our extra milers. Greg Pirtle is one of our extra milers from the Dallas studio.
Greg. Yep, I've seen Greg in there.
He was on the other night when Kurtwood was in the studio.
That was really cool, by the way.
So Ken, you're down to about 3 hours left here. Not of your life, but of
hour and a half on my end, dude.
Oh, is that where we're at? Yeah, that's true. So it's 9:30 here, making it 10:30. Yeah, so you've got 90 minutes left of being 51 years old.
Yeah.
What was 51 like for you? And I'm not playing games here. I'm being very serious. Like, tell us about what being 51 was like, what it included. Certainly we met during your year of being 51. Tell us what this year has been, brother.
Dude, 51 has been the best year of my life.
Because?
So many things, man. This is actually the very first moment. There's my buddy, Frank Cranitti. Frank, I've been promising Frank that we would get on. I think we should invite him if he wants to pop on and say hi. Because Frank is one of my best friends. I bought both of my vehicles from Frank. He is a great man. Great man. Have you guys been on a live stream with?
I don't believe we have.
Well, Frank, if you would like to jump on, dude, send me. I'll send. So let me tell you, dude. The 51 is the year that I met you. I mean, I met you. What was it, in February or March?
We met in March.
Was it in March? Jeez, man, it seems like it's been so long. What's up, James Baudouin?
Well, we have a what feels like a history that the calendar does not support, which is evidence that relationships aren't based on calendars.
Dude, that is so true. But like, I haven't. Oh, he's with his kids right now. I just sent him the text. But anyway, so, I met you at 51 years old. At 51 years old, I started my Grow Live Academy, and that thing is really growing. I've got so many amazing people in that academy now, that are taking my training. And at 51, just, man, you met my wife and you met my daughter, and we got to hang out in Nashville. At 51, what else, man? There's so many things. I kind of feel on
the spot.
James Baudouin is not being very nice. That's not a nice comment.
He says you don't look a day older than 50. Actually, it's a valid 2-year compliment. That's about all it's worth. It's worth 2 years in the bank account of agedness.
Glenn looks like your youngest son.
Oh, now see, there you go, James.
Do you know how to go in and block somebody from the stream while you're live like this?
It's interesting. I was just reading up on blocking people about an hour ago.
So, no,
Alan Skidmore is with us. Good evening, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
And Scott Ricard is with us, who so often is.
And Scott's always with us. He's awesome, man.
Our beloved Cindy Hurley is here.
Cindy's amazing. Robert Brooker, of course, is here. He's amazing. Doug Kuzma is on here. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. By the way, it was not my Cindy. Yes, I met so many people. Wow. I met so many people at the age of 51. Amazon made me look. Here is a guy, Paul George. I went to high school with that guy. We used to get into fights as kids with other. we may have been bullies. I'm kidding. No, we weren't. But like I've known that. I haven't seen Paul in forever, but we went to high school together, man. That's crazy.
Well, and you continue to talk to him from your lofty Manhattan suite. Well,
yeah.
Penthouse even.
I mean, the sun set a while ago. It's just kind of not here yet.
Right. I was a little puzzled about that when I looked at the clock and saw that it's 9:40 p.m. here in the central zone, and somehow magically the sun is still up there in New York City. Congratulations on your ability to freeze time.
It's the time-space continuum, dude. So, and hey, by the way, I was live on Amazon a little bit ago, and Glenn, you hopped on and actually you were helping me promote some products on Amazon.
Good.
That was fun.
We sold some. Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm going to be ordering the green screen this week because I am suffering from green screen envy. And it's
there's
our brother Brian Hess.
James says it's still sunny. Still sunny. What's up, Brian Hess? How you doing, bro? So time space continuum.
So what percentage of the people that watch our show would you say you met this year?
Geez.
A lot?
Probably at least 50%. I'd say maybe. I don't know. I mean, we get a lot of views now. So like on our Sunday night show, we get a lot of views.
There's a Pennsylvanian happy birthday right there from my
Joan. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Hey, Joan, did you ever put that fire out? She's a volunteer firefighter. And when I spoke with her last, she had to leave the conversation for good reason because something was on fire.
In her house?
I don't have She was called
elsewhere.
To fight a fire, and I don't have a lot of friends who get off of a phone call because something is burning down.
Well, I metaphorically have to fight fires once in a while.
Well, you do because people present you with their challenges in life.
Yeah.
And you play the role of counselor among the many roles you do play.
So metaphorically, I'm a volunteer firefighter. I'm kidding. So Charles said I tuned in to see the Positivity Brothers.
Positivity Brothers! There they are.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I genuinely appreciate it. Wow. Ernest's horse says, Ernest, do not tell my wife that you have a horse. She will leave me and head for Texas. My wife she's literally a farm girl and she loves horses. When I met Jill, when I say my wife, you're supposed to say
Jill.
no, my other wife.
Right. Sorry.
Yes, Jill.
Sorry. Yeah, I was being polite and letting you, just express yourself when what I was thinking in the moment when you startled me was that since Ernest was talking about horses, that I wanted to ask him equestrian.
Okay. Mick, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
You totally missed that, brother. You totally missed it. I slipped a fastball on the inside.
Swing and a miss.
I said I wanted to ask him equestrian. Okay, now you didn't miss it. Good. I'm not sure that it was worth the rerun, but anyway, there it was. What is Robert Rooker saying tonight?
Robert says, don't laugh at his jokes. It makes it worse.
That is not what he said. No. Not what he said.
No, I see Charlie Bowden on here laughing.
Charlie Bowden? Oh my! Now there's seriously a brother from another mother that you need to meet.
Oh, I'd love
Charlie and I have been besties since we worked on the very first. Sandra appreciated that one. Since we worked on the very first Transformers movie together.
Charlie
and we
Transformers?
Yes, he was. And we had a most peculiar, I think our encounter with one another, mine with him, his with me, has to rank as one of the more peculiar of any friendship I've ever started, because we met, for starters, just in a weird place. At the El Paso airport. To this day, he's the only relationship that began for me at an airport, any airport, much less the El Paso airport. But we were there waiting for our transportation to take us to the hotel for the movie. And of course, we're talking about a big movie. We're talking about 100 million plus budget. And we're sitting there and Transpo has not shown up. And we're kind of eyeballing one another because we were the last flight in of the evening. And the airport is rather vacant now. And before long, there are only two of us left.
Oh, my God.
And so we talked to one another, like, are you with the movie by chance? You are? Yeah. Okay, that only makes total sense. And they were about 45 minutes late with their pickup. Not a good sign, but it was a blessing because it gave Charlie and I a chance to connect, which if they had been right on time, they would have thrust both of us into the van and off they go. And it was late at night. Usually you're not talking a lot in the van at nighttime because other passengers are nodding off, trying to sleep and whatnot. So who knows? It may be that 45 minutes was allotted us in order to be able to connect as friends. And we had the same scenes together the whole week. I was there a week and we had the exact same scenes together the whole week, which meant we worked the same days, same scenes, which left us the same days off. And during those days off, we really bonded with one another. And
was it in this the whole time you were in El Paso?
Yeah. Well, actually, we were picked up in El Paso. We worked up in Alamogordo, New Mexico. We were shooting at White Sands National Monument, if you know where that is.
Did you hang out in a Mexican cantina?
Let's check the no box on that.
Isn't there a song about
what
is that song? I'm trying to.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
That's it.
Where there's that one.
Yeah.
We didn't stay in El Paso. We stayed in Alamogordo. And White Sands National Monument was really cool. And we had a lovely time.
He says, plus, I'm typically not approachable. Look.
Hey, what's up?
There's Frank.
What's going on,
Frank, have you guys met
No, Ken, you're just ignorant, man. You don't ever just introduce me to your friends. You keep me in the closet like the guy from what was that movie that comes out with the ball and gag in his mouth? You let him out every once in a while. That's it. You finally let me out. It's all good, man.
Well, it's nice to meet you there.
Oh, hi, Glenn. How are you? Sorry, that was probably a pretty bad.
Really well. I'm trying to do a little Brady Bunch version of acknowledgement from this sort of northeastern quadrant box that I'm in down to there. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Well, it's great to be on. It's great to be seen.
Yeah.
This is Ken's happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ken. Every day's birthday when you're Ken Walls.
So you have a car dealership in the Philadelphia area, or where?
I work at a car dealership right outside of Philadelphia. Yes, I do. Been there 20 glorious years.
Frank is the gimp. Sean said.
Gimp, that's what it is. Ken,
what's that movie? I know what you're talking about.
John Travolta. Oh my God, I cannot remember. It's Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. It's one of the best. Natalie said she follows your daughter on TikTok, Ken.
Oh, that's
making TikToks right now. Why us old guys are on Facebook? All the kids are making TikToks. We're on the wrong network here, I think.
I know, right?
Are the two girls friends, Ken?
No, they've never met.
No.
Nope.
I see her back there. She's adorable.
Natalie's a TikTok star. She has like 3 million followers on TikTok.
Wow.
I'm kidding, but it's a lot.
Oh. Wow.
Your sandwich.
So yeah, Joan lives up. I think she lives over in your area. You're at Piazza Honda.
And guess who just came and got 2 cars from me at Piazza Honda?
I did.
Ken Walls.
Yeah.
So Joan lives, I believe it's just north of Philadelphia.
Joan, where do you live out there? Because Frank, we went north of when I was out there.
No. You were never north of Philadelphia. No, you didn't even make it to Philadelphia. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you were east. You were east of Philadelphia.
Yeah, Glenn. Hey, by the way, I was hanging out with Frank for a week, 8 days, and I said, dude, I've never seen the Rocky statue. I've never seen the bell. I've never seen Philadelphia. And he lives west of Philadelphia, and he's like, it's overrated. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go somewhere else.
Right. Well, Ken, there's a term for people like you that want to see all those things. The term is pain in the ass.
Pretty much, it's real big pain. Let's go see a bunch of statues. And
I know.
There's a really cool place that you can see that stuff. It's called the intranet. It's great. Take a look.
The intranet.
There's a picture of it at the intranet. My buddy.
Yeah, it's other people that actually took the time to go down and visit and take a picture.
Hey, Frank, you know what's a little weird is when you go to Philly and you've seen the Rocky statue, and then you wait a few years and you go back and you're shooting a movie there, because I've shot a couple of films in Philadelphia, and the last one that I did was a movie called Backwards, and one of our locations was at the museum. And all of a sudden, the Rocky statue is there.
Yeah, he moves. He's actually,
and I thought,
it is alive.
How does the statue move? Like,
I'm just hoping nobody tears down the Rocky statue.
I mean, am I imagining things? But wasn't it at another location?
It was outside of Vet Stadium back then. They tore down Vet Stadium when they built Citizens Bank Park, which is the new baseball stadium. They moved it over. They actually moved it over back to where the stadium is. So it used to be at the art museum. And
so it's not even at the art museum anymore either?
I'm sorry, no, it is at the art museum now. It used to be in the by Vet Stadium. It was actually by Vet Stadium.
Yeah, and for those of you Rocky fans that might be wondering why is it where it is, it's because one of the key scenes of the movie is when he runs up the steps and does the big pose overlooking downtown Philadelphia, and that's right there at the art museum. And
Rocky won every day, man. That's my mindset.
And everybody, it's interesting to watch all these goofballs of every age that absolutely have to not only bound up the stairs, but they have to out loud sing Dun, 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 dun. I heard people singing it, and I just thought, it's beautiful. That's life.
Is it weird that that song just plays in my head all
I
day?
know. I was
Every
going to say
No.
that Frank wakes up to that. That's his alarm clock.
I got two tracks. Is that, and then it just goes smooth operator, like all day. It just plays in my head. Like that. That's it. I don't
Hey,
know.
man, if it improves the quality of your life, if it improves the quality of your life, I say go with the existing soundtrack, whatever it is.
It definitely improves it every single day. Improves my mindset. What are we talking about today? What is everybody talking about here?
The fact that Ken Walls is one of the great gifts to this world.
I love Kelly. How is Kelly? That's awesome. Kelly Combs. She likes my hair. She's good. Thank you. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. Can't wait. Cut it up. A little long right now.
Dude, like, thank you for blowing that comment off.
Hey, Kelly, any thoughts about what I can do with this?
I like that it's parted to the left today, Glenn, actually. It looks nice.
It's
It looks really good.
It's actually parted to the left and the right.
You're right.
Look at that. Did Frank eat 4 raw eggs for breakfast and truth?
No. Black iced coffee with a splash of muscle milk and a Pro Form First Form Pro Power Bar on the way in, man. That's it. Ready to go. Ready to rock this morning.
He gets up, Glenn. This guy gets up before he leaves the house because he's. You guys don't know each
most
other
people
well.
do that, Ken?
What's that?
Don't most people get up before?
Yeah, Ken's just really long-winded. It takes him a long time.
So before he leaves the house, he stands in front of the mirror and says, "I love being me," staring at the mirror and high-fiving the mirror. He says, "I will not leave the house until I feel it and believe it."
I have to.
Ready to go
If
take.
you don't love being you, nobody's going to love being with you, right? So, especially in my profession, in my world, if I don't love being me and I can't convince myself, how in the world is anybody going to want to be with me? So, I attack every day with energy and enthusiasm. That's it.
I think that's brilliant.
You have to set your mindset. I mean, you really do, right? It's either going to be a good day, a great day, a bad day, and like you can really mentally tell yourself what it's going to be. So why not just tell yourself,
Right. Well, don't you think,
I love being me? That's it.
Frank, don't you think people get into problems? I'm not trying to get all serious here, but what the heck? I mean, Ken and I offer a lot of valuable things on our show, at least we think we do, but don't you think people get into trouble as a result of the absence of a game plan? If you're talking about having a mental game plan and you get ready for your day and you script your mood for your day instead of letting the day script it for you. Well done. Really well done.
I script my day. I script my life. I script everything that I do, because if I don't, then I'm going to let outside forces influence my mindset, which is going to influence my actions, which is going to influence my behavior, which is going to influence my habits, and so on and so forth. So it's either going to be a very proactive or destructive mindset right from the beginning. And I'm not going to let anybody else throw me off my game. So if I go in with this just, positive attitude and just be the most positive person in the room, no matter which room I walk into, that's the way you change your life. The quickest way is you just be the most positive person in the room. You don't have to be like some philosopher. You don't have to be, some great, person that gives back all this stuff and, does. All you have to be is a positive person, and you will absolutely change your life and the things that happen into your life. It's crazy, but it works. It works for me.
Glenn, and I won't disclose Frank's income tax filings from last year, but but I do know that Bill, or I just saw Bill have pop up. Been watching 20 minutes now in my RV. What's up, fellas? Frank is between number 1 and number 2 car salesman in the world. Like, not just like in Philadelphia, but in the entire world. This dude sells more cars than anybody on planet Earth, and it's because of what he's talking about. It's because of that. He has, and I'm a customer of his now, and like I call this guy and hey man, what about the? And he's like, taken care of. Boom, boom, boom. I'll get so, and I mean he is on it. It's like, I'm not kidding, Glenn. Watching this guy in that car dealership, and he doesn't You know, there's this negative stigma with used car salespeople. Can we all agree with that?
I sell more used cars than anybody in the country. I'm proud of it. I don't care. I love being a salesman. Anybody asks me what I do, I don't put along these funky terms that everybody tries to like come up with this, this politically correct term. We're consultants and we're agent. No, I'm a salesman. Like, and I'm proud of it. I teach my kids everything is a sale, no matter what you do, no matter what you're talking to, no matter, who you are in life. Either somebody's selling you or you're selling them on your theories, your perspectives, your everything, right? That doesn't mean that I'm set in my ways and I only think about what my perspectives are. Being an adult to me is actually being able to listen to other people's perspectives, to understand, and that I can actually change mine, right? I don't always have to convince everybody that my perspectives are the right, way that they have to live their life. So, when somebody says, "Oh, you're a salesman or a used car," yeah, absolutely. I'm a salesman. I do it honestly, ethically, with energy, enthusiasm. I take care of customers. Transparency is what I preach, all day. And that's the way it works. It's not like I'm no great salesperson. That's the funny thing, right? There is nothing special about me. I'm a normal guy. I'm a regular guy. I just, found the niche that people like that approach when they're buying something that costs as much as a car does, and a lot of other things in life. So,
well, what's great is that niche, as you referred to it, is there is a universality to it that translates in any field of endeavor.
Right.
Any field of endeavor. If you subscribe to that as an approach, you will be a better fill in the blank, whatever it is. You'll be a better version of that.
Right. I've been doing sales training for a little over a year now, and I have people reach out to me from all industries and like, "Do you think it would work in the insurance industry? Do you think what you're doing, your concepts, and will work in the real estate industry?" So, I'm training somebody that sells boats, somebody that's in the insurance business, the real estate business. I've trained people that sold sheds, about a year ago, and they've taken everything I've taught and teach and my methodologies and my concepts of how you should approach a customer and your marketing and the methodology, and just take my product out and just insert their product. And it's really nothing about a product. It's all just about a way of doing things.
A way of doing, yes. A way
of approaching things. There is no, magic line that gets somebody to buy something. It's the way you handle the situation from the beginning. Explain to somebody what your role at whatever you're doing actually is and how you're going to help them. And then, you listen to understand what their problem or, what they're trying to get accomplished today, rather than just try to force them through, whatever sales process or, whatever they've taught you back in the day, 20 years ago in car sales or insurance sales or real estate. Things don't work that way anymore, and they shouldn't have to.
And one of my favorite lines that Frank uses, and it's not a line, but he tells his customers, he's like, "Look, this is not my selling process. This is your buying process." And one of the things, Glenn, that car dealerships do is they train their salespeople that you always have to take the customer on a demo ride. They have to demo the car. They have to drive the car. No buying. They cannot buy the car if they haven't driven it, blah, blah, blah.
Because that was their belief system.
Yeah.
Because you have to get control of your customer.
Yeah. Show them what it's like to think out of the box.
Yeah. And Frank's like, "Look, I was there. I watched this guy, and it was seriously, it was unbelievable to watch him work, because like a woman shows up, she's got an Odyssey van or whatever it was, and she had called him or texted her, 'Hey, I want to get a new one. I have the trade in. It's a 2016 or whatever.' And he's like, 'Fine.' And she's like, 'I don't need to drive it. Just have it ready so I can walk in, sign the paperwork, and leave.' Dude, she was in and out of there. I'm not kidding. It was 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most.
You want to be average at anything in life. Just watch what everybody else is doing and do that. And that's how you become average, right? Because you fit in. I don't fit into everybody else's mold, right? Because My job is to be 100% transparent, give people all the information they're looking for. It's not my, selling process. It's their buying process, right? So why do you have to force somebody through no matter what it is? If you're selling a piece of furniture, or like, I remember I went to go look for a bed, man. This guy must have made me lay on like 37 beds. I'm like, bro, I'll just take the most expensive one. I'm the type of guy who filters from price highest to lowest and just sees what he likes and buys it, right? There's people that do it the other way. They'll go through, they'll see something, buy it, and they'll price from lowest to highest, right? And that's not me being like, cocky or conceited or like, listen, I just want quality. I think that has quality. I sat on it for 2 minutes. It's fine. I'll take it. And if I make the wrong decision, I'll live with it myself, right? I don't have to worry about laying on 37 different beds. The point that I'm just like, I can't feel a difference in any of them. I'll just buy the $200 one rather than the $5,000 one, right? That I wanted to buy in the first place, right? If they just want to let me buy the bed that I wanted to, and that's the one I ended up buying after I laid on 37 beds anyway. Right? I know that was the job that was supposed to be his job. That's what he wanted to do. But I was trying to make his job very easy, right? All he had to do was ask me, "Did you make a decision on the bed that you wanted to buy today, sir?" Yes, that one. Okay, now just get me out of here, so I can get with the rest of my day. That's it.
Hey, by the way, Glenn, Frank sent me a picture last night. He texted me a picture. He just got the pop-up green screen delivered yesterday.
Yeah, right there. I got to get it going. Actually, you got to teach me how to work it. There's like a button on there or something that makes
Frank,
that
will
work.
you let me know, in all seriousness, will you let me know if you're happy with it? Because I'm a day or two away from ownership myself.
Well, it looks great. So, I just need to know how to work it. Ken, is there like a button that turns it on or something? How do I do this?
No.
I'm just kidding. Buddy.
Oh.
Not that dumb.
Right. Dude,
so you mentioned, Frank, that it was a way of doing things, and I agree with you, and I know that you agree with what I'm about to say, but I just want to be very specific that it is about the way we do things, and we do the things we do because it's about a way of being, and we have our way of being because being is about the way we think. So it's also about a way of thinking. It's about a way of doing that.
Right? It all has to connect, or you're faking it, right? If not,
right.
if it doesn't connect, if it's not really, like, people say, well, what type of charity should I support in the community that'll help me? I'm like, what? I'm like, no, that's the total wrong way to think about it, right? You have to figure out what's important to you so that it's your purpose and your passion and you're doing it for the right reasons, right? That's like saying, I'm going to go to my cousin's wedding so I can sell 10 cars. No, you go to your cousin's wedding because you love your cousin, right? You want to see him, and his bride, they just got married. You want to have fun with your family and your friends, but as a byproduct of being there and being as energetic and enthusiastic as I am and wanting to talk about what they do and what I do and everybody, I talk to a bunch of people. Yes, I probably am going to sell a bunch of cars there, but you don't go there with that in your head, right? So like everything has to connect for you to actually take your game, no matter what it is, to that above average level. But it all does come down to a sense of being, right? Like, what are you in this for? What is your purpose about it, right? And that's really what all three of those things or four of those things you just mentioned all have to connect and be on the same page. And if they're not, then your feng shui or whatever you want to call it is off, right? But when they're all clicking and everything is your belief system, your motives, like your ethics, the way you do things, your processes, when they're all clicking, I'm unstoppable. It doesn't matter what it is. People are like, there's no way you can sell 140 cars by yourself. Well, guess what? There is a way, and hasn't been once, it hasn't been twice, it's been a bajillion times that I'm doing it now, right? There's no way that you can get in 2 workouts in a day and do, an hour and a half to 2 hours training class for people all over the country that ends at like 11:30 at night and you get up at 5:30. Yes, there is, because I've done it, right? Because everything is firing on the right cylinders. My family, my social life, my business life, my spirituality, everything, emotional intelligence. This little girl, she's my fire right there. It's my best friend, Natalie Ava. Like, it's all connecting. And when it's all connecting, it's a powerful force. And when you get there, it's like you have this. I mean, it's just like clarity. Like you can see everything. You ever watch the movie The Matrix, and you can see things coming at him like a billion minutes before it ever gets there. That's kind of what it feels like when you're doing things the right way, right? And just to the opposite, when you're doing things the wrong way, you know, when your family life might not be the greatest, you know, you can't get out of that funk, or you know, business, something's going on in the business world, or where your emotional consciousness is just not there, right? I mean, Ken's talked me through a lot of things. He's helped me through a lot of things in the past, you know, year and a half of my life that have got me to where I am, you know, right now. Like I was pretty good then. I'm feeling great now, like with everything that's going on in my life. So once you get there and you're doing things for the right reasons, that's when it really connects. You know, that's when you get the clarity. There's Bill have clarity. We'll give Bill a plug.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. When I was 25, I started, which was 36 years ago, I started teaching a course in Los Angeles on audition mastery, not realizing that really the course was as universal as it was. It was a course on principle that began with the knowledge of who it is you were and fully inhabiting that. And I thought I would be teaching it along with being an actor myself, that I would teach other actors this about how to feel relaxed because you are in alignment with you, and that you do. One of the words I used too was you become unstoppable. I had no idea that I was going to run into a man years later when teaching an auditorium full of actors, which happened in Houston. And this good old boy who was from Houston sort of sauntered over to me and he said, "Hey, Glenn." And I love that it took him 2 syllables to say my 1 syllable name. But he said, "Hey, Glenn, my granddaughter, she told me if you were ever anywhere near Houston that I was supposed to come hear you speak." And I'm going to do it the way he did it. He said, "And as you can see, I have done that." I said, "Yes, sir, it appears you have." He said, "I want to tell you something, son. I'm not an actor. And on the way over here tonight, I wondered why she was so insistent. But I want to tell you something. On that stage tonight, you were not talking about acting at all. You were talking about love. You were talking about life. You were talking about gratitude, principle, devotion, loyalty. And most of all, you talked about having a sense of humor and the freedom that gives you. And I'm just wondering," and he reached into his jacket, handed me his card and said, "I'm wondering if you want to speak to my people at Exxon."
Oh, jeez.
And I just looked and I said, "You want me to do this program for Exxon?" And he goes, "I do." I said, "Well, the answer is yes, because I know the power of yes." So I said, "The answer is yes. Let me ask you, how would you like me to tailor fit it for your organization?" And he goes, "Son, I don't want you to change anything.
Right.
I want you to do what you did on that stage tonight. And buddy, they're going to scoop your butt up like good ice cream."
Right.
And that man changed my life.
Right.
And I started speaking to corporate America. That's when my stage speaking career began with Fortune 500 companies, and it took off like wildfire. And I was doing the exact same program that I had been teaching actors for years. And that's when
now you have enough confidence and belief in everything that you teach that you can apply it to anywhere. Like you're not going to ask a guy even that runs a Fortune 500 company, how would you like?
I haven't asked since that night.
Right. Because
that night I've never asked.
Absolutely not. Right. So, and that's where you get to, right? It's just like, hey, you know, people, it's so funny. I get invited on a lot of shows, especially in the car business, right? And everybody's like, I'm going to send you a list of questions I'm like, no, I definitely don't want you to send me a list of anything because if I don't know the answer, I shouldn't be on your show, right? Well, we just want the answers to be thorough. Well, listen, I've sold more cars than just about anybody in the history of the car business. So if I don't know, either I'm a fraud or nobody knows, right? So I don't want to be prepped, you know, what the questions, what I'm going to talk about, or what I want to say. Glenn's always like, or Ken's always like, well, what are we going to talk about on a show? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Let's just have a conversation.
I don't say it like that with desperation.
No, no. But every once in a while, like, well, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Let's be us. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
that's it, right?
and we do. Just like Glenn and I do.
Goes to get 10,000 views and everybody likes, and that's the shows that people talk about, and they're like, man, that thing you said, that nugget really resonated with me. Could have changed or did change my life, right? Just you're not thinking. All you're doing is watch some stupid show on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're like, you know what? That guy's right. He's and listen, I'm never right all the time. I'm definitely not the guy telling you I'm right all the time. But you hear something from somebody that's on a show, and it was just you're ad libbing or you're just shooting off the cuff.
Hey Glenn, I gotta tell you something that Frank did one day, and I'm like this as well, but I had been in this weird place mindset. So Frank and I partnered up on this thing, and he's like, all right, come over to Philadelphia, spend a week over here. Let's figure all this out. Help me get set up with the studio and everything I need and all these things. And, and he says, and get a hotel room and the company will pay for it. I'll give you a credit card number. Just use that. And I said, all right, let me look around. He's like, just look in this zip code here. And okay, I'll look around, and I look around. I'm like, dude, is this like the most expensive freaking area in Philadelphia? What the hell? At the cheapest hotel, I call him back. Cheapest hotel I found is like $360 a night, dude. And he goes, cool. Did you book it? And I go, I'm going to be there 8 nights. It's $360 a night. And he goes, did you book it? And I go, no, I wanted to make sure you were okay with that. I mean, he goes, was there something wrong with the hotel? And I go, it's $360 a night, dude. And he goes, I go, do you want me to see if they take AAA or something? He goes, do you have AAA? And I go, no. He goes, what are you doing?
Do you have AARP?
More than the discount would have made
2 years ago. Take it.
AARP. I signed you up for it.
Oh, thanks for stopping by, Frank.
Get rid. There he goes.
He's gone. That's it. The old guy.
So he goes, I don't do coupons and I don't do discounts. Book the damn room already and let's move on with our life.
Not doing discounts and not doing coupons is part of my mental state, right? How could I ask somebody for full value for anything that I'm trying to lay out for them, whether it's a program, whether it's myself, whether it's a car, anything, and I go in to haggle with somebody on anything. So I basically pay full price for everything in life unless somebody offers me. If somebody offers me a discount, absolutely. If somebody tells me it's a great deal and this is what it is and they show me the value, I just pay for it. But that's actually part of my mental state to actually do that. Not because I have, extra millions of dollars laying around and I like to waste money, but it's changed my life, right? I don't feel like I have to discount myself for others, to be able to get themselves a great deal on no matter what it is. And that's not just money. That's like time. You know what I mean? That's me, taking time out of my day to go help somebody do whatever it is that they may need done. That's taking the time, 15, 20 minutes on the phone with somebody. Like, Ken, how many times have I just, PayPal'd you money after we got off the phone, after you, helped me with a problem or a solution to something that I couldn't figure out, right?
Not enough times.
Well, there you go. That's a great answer, right? That's a great answer. But I'm just saying, right? I pay everybody for their time and their services, and because I expect to be. I do a lot of stuff for free, but I expect to be paid for my time and my services. If you're really reaching out to me to better yourself, I'm more than happy to help and do a show. We do a lot of free stuff, right? But why should I ask for a discount? Why should I make you stay at the Motel 6 when you're coming out here to try to help me, right? No, absolutely. Right. Stay at wherever, the best, because that's your mental state, right? If you wake up in the Motel 6 and you can hear, the headboard banging in the next room and the air conditioning is like rattling, right? You get out there to the continental breakfast and it's like an old stale little carton of milk and like, an orange, like you're going to be pissed off when you come to my house afterwards, right? No, man, stay in someplace luxurious. Get your mindset right. Stay where there's fresh sheets every single night. And, it's a nice place. There's a gym there. There's a pool there. That's what gets your mental state to where it needs to be. It doesn't matter to me, what it cost. because it'll end up costing you a lot more. It'll end up costing me a lot more if I did put you in the Motel 6, right? You never would have been able to help me with that training because you would have been cursing me out the entire time. Even if you didn't do it to my face, you would have been doing it in your head. Frank's such a blah, blah, blah.
Frank,
blah.
now you're getting into a whole other realm, which is about implied costs. And people really need as much information bestowed upon them as they can about what is implied. And so there is the apparent, and then there's the not so apparent costs that reveal themselves over time. And absolutely, that's true. You know, if you had a huge meeting with a producer that was out of town and the same idea, and you stayed in some garbage hotel room and the bed was trash and you didn't rest properly and the noise and all of that, and you go in and you are so proud of yourself because you've saved $150 on the room. And the problem is that meeting you're going to is for a series regular role that if you book it will mean the next 7 years of your life.
Let me tell you a quick story.
That's an investment worth making.
Yeah.
So we're flying down to 10X in Florida, right? Ken convinced me to go. So I booked the flight within like a day before. I'm like, all right, I'm just taking off. I'm going. And thank God I did, because this is where me and Ken actually built our friendships. This is where we came up with a lot of ideas and masterminded to what this show kind of is metamorphosizing into and things that I've done in my life. Right, we had a big mastermind one night, you know, sitting out by the pool. But long story short is I was getting on the plane and I'm walking in the plane and I got my bags, my school bag and my earphones on, and I'm walking in and I walk by and my buddy Carl is sitting in first class. Carl Scaramouche is sitting right there, first class, feet up, thing of grapes in front of him already, thing of cheese, has his little beverage and a bottle of water. And he's like, yo, bro, where you going, man? Miami? I'm like, yeah, 10X. Like, yeah, me too. I'm like, oh, where are you sitting? I'm like, oh, man, like 37B. He's like, all right, man, I'll see you down there. I'm like, you know what? That's never happened to me again, because you know how miserable I was sitting in the back of that plane? So why in the world wouldn't I just go first class, right? I know it costs a little bit more money. Who cares, right? It was a 3-hour flight, 2.5-hour flight. I was miserable for 2.5 hours. I got the flight. I cleared my head. I was fine. But I'm like, that little extra money would have changed my mindset the whole way down there. And I recover from things pretty quickly. Like, I don't dwell on, oh, I should be doing this or should be doing that. It's just like that little bit of seating difference would have made all the difference in my mindset before I got off that plane. Now, I changed it real quick when I got off the plane, but, you know, just to mentally prepare myself for what I was getting into, you know, or study or listen to an audible book, just sitting in a chair by myself rather than crammed in the center aisle between two people, right? In the back.
Both of whom have tuberculosis.
Yeah, right. And I knew that they had that curtain shut up there. I knew everything that was going on behind that curtain. I'm like, probably got the hot towel, right? He's got the nice hot towel up there, the warm towel they give you with the sand. I love that towel. I will never say
Is tonight's topic Ken's birthday or elitism?
I don't think that's elitism, though, is it? You think that really is?
Frank, relax. I'm playing with you, brother. Come on.
Glenn's flown first class more than probably
all over the world, brother.
Now, elitism is when I charter my next flight. Like that. That's it. That's when you get there.
James. Hey, Frank, and Glenn, I want you guys to both address this, but he says you lost the first class upgrade coupon. But James said maybe it can be a negotiation instead of asking for a discount.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it definitely can, and there's a lot of negotiations to go on in sales and what products are. But you know, when you are transparent with somebody and you do show them the value, you shouldn't have to discount your time if something's priced right. Right? If it's already priced right to the market, then why should I have to? The fact that you buy a product for the price that you buy it for shouldn't rely on your skills of negotiation, right? To me, it shouldn't, right? So, like, why should I sell a car to one person for one price and then a car to another person for another price? Like that to me is is the wrong way to do business, right? Why shouldn't I just show the value to both people and show them why they actually are paying that price? And most of the time, it has nothing to do about the price when people come into me, right? I'm just trying to solve a problem for them. The problem could be they need a bigger vehicle, a smaller vehicle. The problem could be their credit issue. The problem could be, a billion different things. There isn't a problem that I haven't heard or dealt with or been able to solve for somebody. They actually call me like the Dr. Phil of the dealership because, it's like, hey, Frank, could you come over and talk to this person? Like they have like this issue. Yeah, because I've seen it before. I've dealt with it from experience, right? So, that's why I'm able to, not have to negotiate on things when you show people the value. So that's why I don't negotiate on things, right? It's why you over tip somebody, right? When they give you good service, it's the same thing. I don't tip 20%. My elitism tells me I should tip 40%, 50%.
My elitism.
I want everybody to be in the elite category. I don't want to be at the top of the mountain by myself. I want to bring everybody else up to the top of the mountain. It's no fun being up there all by yourself, right? It's fun celebrating not by yourself. It's fun celebrating with everybody else. That's why a football game's so much fun, right? There's 50, 60, 80,000 fans when they were allowed to be there, right? Together, all celebrating. That's why you leave your living room, okay? Because your living room's a lot more comfortable and a lot better place to watch the game, but it's a lot more fun to celebrate with everybody else. Right.
Yeah, I just mentioned that I was at the 1993 Super Bowl between the Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills, and it's a little over 100,000 people at the Rose Bowl, and I can confirm for you that at least 40,000 of them were not celebrating.
That's fine. Not everybody has to be at the top, but a bunch of people can be. That's it. Bring up as many as you can, and you might have converted a couple of those 40,000 after that, so you never know.
That's funny.
Look on, Ken, when was your birthday?
It's tomorrow.
It's in about no minutes. It's in 35 minutes.
Oh, this is a pre-party celebration.
It's a pre-party.
Ah.
Okay. Hey, it was not my idea, okay? Just so I can put that
I'll
out
own
there.
it. It was my idea. And I'm grateful to be celebrating with you tonight.
I'm grateful too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you,
Jeff. You're a good man, Ken Walls. The world is a better place because of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm a better man because of Ken Walls. I'm a big enough man to say that I am a better man because of Ken Walls, because of the relationship that we have. The true gentleman, true scholar, and has been there for me through some of the roughest times of my life, and has been there for me some of the fun times of my life. So I appreciate you, buddy.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal, Frank. If they're going to refer to you as Dr. Phil, you're going to need me to help you out a little bit because Dr. Phil is from right here in Texas.
Yeah.
And I can help you get your dialect right where you sound a lot more like him than you do. Because right now you sound about as much like Dr. Phil as I do Muhammad Ali.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah.
There's Jason. What's up, Jason? What's up, buddy?
Jason Alt, my brother. So hey, I do appreciate the pre-birthday celebration, man. That's awesome. So is Natalie? You just have Natalie over there?
No, Natalie. Frankie's playing VR. I just set him up with the VR. So we went out to get a TV the other day. We had choices, right? So, he said, Dad, I want this one. I said, it's 55-inch, brother. He goes, yeah, it's big enough. I said, that's not big enough, man. It's not big enough. All right, I'll take this one. It's a 70-inch. I'm like, it's not big enough, man. Got to get the 88-inch. And there's actually still like 3 inches in the wall that we could get the TV. So I was going to bring it back and get a 90, but he's cool with the 88. So I like big TVs. I'm big TVs and nice watches. Other than that, I'm not elite with anything else. I'm good. I'm a regular guy. That's it.
Except for he does have this truck, this pickup truck that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I love my pickup truck.
It's a really nice truck.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen anybody take a $40,000 pickup truck and turn it into a $270,000 pickup truck. It's kind of cool.
It was like 55,000. It's probably worth 12. It's all good. Cars depreciate, man. I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys got to meet, man.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the introduction. It's okay. They said
You've mentioned Frank many times on the show.
keeps me
Many
in.
times.
And in conversation, man. Frank's my brother. He's like you are to me, Glenn. Love this dude.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Frank and I used to talk all the time. He doesn't call me as much, but
I got home last night at I got done work after doing class probably about a little after midnight. I think I did text you last night, didn't I?
you did. Yep.
Yeah.
Sent me the picture.
Green screen thing.
Green
Yeah.
screen. Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
All right,
Natalie.
I'm gonna go. Natalie wants to watch a movie and do some
Okay.
TikToks. Maybe you see me
Cool.
do TikToks in a little while. I don't know. See if I got some skills. I don't think I have any dance skills, but no, she says I don't.
Enjoy your time with your
Do I have
dog.
any dance skills, Matt?
No.
No. Can I do TikTok?
Put her on. Hey, Natalie. Pop your head in and say hi.
Say hi. She wanted to get on TV for forever now. She's our little. This is my little superstar in the making. She's my mini me.
Oh, look at her. She's adorable.
So funny when I was having my first kid. I'm like, oh, I hope he's a boy, right? If you want to play sports with me and hang out, watch sports and TV, and like be my best friend. And she's my little athlete. She's the one to hang out with daddy all day. Best friends right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
All right, we're gonna go have some fun before it gets too late.
Thanks for popping on, brother. I love you.
Glenn,
Man.
very nice to meet you. Ken,
Nice to meet you.
I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for inviting me on, guys. Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, Natalie. Oh, thank you. She said happy birthday, didn't she?
She did. But I think it went happy bet.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Glenn's frozen. Daggone it.
It never gets old. Oh, brother, are you having a nice rolling into your birthday moment here?
I am, man. I am.
30
Hey,
minutes left.
look. Pamela Aubrey is on here. Nikki Alt, Jason Alt's wife.
Hi, Pam. Hi, Nikki.
Got some. I'm just scrolling through comments. Chad Kneller. Did you know Chad?
I do. Chad lives, hold on, let me see if I can remember where it is. No, it's just outside of Nashville. Is it Liberty?
No.
Oh gosh, I'd know it if
No, it's
I know it's directly east of Nashville, a very short distance, probably 20 miles or so east, because I drove through it. I just drove through it. Like the weekend I saw you, I drove through it. I can't remember. Anyway, he'll text it in.
What's up, Wayne Self? Good to see you, man. Thanks for hopping on.
I want to sing to you, Ken.
It's not my birthday yet.
Okay.
You'll jinx me. What if I die because of it before my birthday?
There's an uplifting thought. Can I get a copy of your latest book? How to Turn a Sweet Moment into a Friggin' Disaster. Good Lord. It was just, yeah, it's Lebanon. There it is. It was just, thank you, Chad. It was just moments ago that out of the purity of my heart, I thought, I bet Ken would really like to be sung to. I start the song. He's like, hey, it's not my birthday. You're like an irritable old fart in a New York bar. Hey, what's with the singing already?
Oh my God. That's hurting my face. It's hurting my face. So yeah, Nikki said 30 more minutes. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you. There's Gabby. That's not her real name. Gabby, what's your name on Facebook? Your real name? Why don't you ever join from there?
And may I make a suggestion to Gabby? Can you highlight Gabby's
Robin?
post?
Robin.
Right. So highlight that for just a moment and keep it up there. Don't you think it's time that Gabby changes her name to Gabby the Resident?
She's my top fan on Periscope.
Did you hear me?
Gabby the Resident?
Yeah, it's up there with Gabby L24. It just seems like it needs an update.
20.
I think it should be Gabby L the Resident. Am I wrong?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I need to slow myself down, I think.
It was an airplane joke. It flew right over my head.
Well, these things happen as we age, Ken.
Wow. Wow. Ouch. That hurt.
There's Ernest hanging out with us on your birthday, the evening of.
Have you ever had an opera?
So, by the way, I had planned to be on a plane tomorrow to Columbus, which I will now not be taking because these COVID numbers are through the roof right now, and I don't feel like probably being on a plane is my best choice. So can I just love you from Dallas? Is that okay?
Not even for my birthday.
Not even for your birthday. And you know why?
I get it.
You know why? Because I'm thinking of it from the macro perspective. I would like to have many more of your birthdays.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be a one and done. No. I don't want to be singing happy birthday to and all this right in the mid song and then go. That won't feel so smart. Right? And I'll do one of those video freezes.
It's the big one, Elizabeth.
And you will be going, why did I encourage him to come up here against his will?
Do you know
what some Jewish guilt on him, and next thing I knew, he ran to the airport and got a ticket. No. Look Pam, at this. You look amazing for 35.
Thank you, Pam. I do, don't I? Oh, we're not
doing the Positivity Brothers. Obviously, Pam hasn't read your recent book called Humility.
Oh, that's so
what Chad says. We were supposed to head to Texas today, but our friends have 4 of their 9 kiddos. Can you put it up on larger so I can read it with a little greater ease? 4 of their 9 kiddos have COVID. 4 of their 9. Oh, wow. My gosh. We have their eldest son with us, so keeping him for a while. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
James said, but it would be memorable.
Well, and a great story for Ken to tell for years when he's doing the Ken and Scott show.
Right. Oh my God, that's funny. Pam said, I can't wait to read that book. It's probably the best book ever written on humility. Is that an oxymoron?
I mentioned to you that my dad took off when I was 3, and I was trying to share with him one day when I was in my teenage years how difficult it had been to grow up without him, and he seemed to be largely reactionless. And there were even some funny moments that I shared, and he remained reactionless. And I looked and I said, I guess you'd have had to been there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Come on, that just made my ring light drop down.
Your ring light.
Come on.
Your ring light.
Come on, Ken, tell the truth. That's the funniest joke you've ever heard me tell since we met.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. You tell. Well, I'm going to tell that again on Sunday evening.
Look, another positive outcome, don't tell Ken, is we all get to share in this since Glenn didn't fly to Columbus. Like, dude, what are the odds that you would ever fly up here and we don't do a live stream? If you
there's no doubt that when I do, and I will, of course we will. Because frankly, I told you I've got backdrop envy. I want people to see me in your penthouse.
Why is Gabby saying this better, Glenn? I don't know.
What did Colin say?
I know. He said, I've only been watching for a few minutes and I'm immediately regretting it after these last couple of jokes.
Well, you know, tonight's share, my live stream was on regret.
Yes.
It was. So may I share just a frame or two of that on the evening of your birthday?
Yeah, because I am going to excuse myself for a minute. I have to go take
You
care of.
go you go do your thing, and I'm
I'll
gonna
be right back. Y'all enjoy Mr. Glenn Morshower.
um wow, I'm actually looking and seeing that my hair, the hair that I do have, has grown back. I completely shaved my head to the bone, beard, everything, exactly 12 days ago. So this is 12 days of growth, and it's almost back to what it was. Wow. Um, so regarding the subject of regret, how many of you, and I obviously can't see a show of hands, but drop a one, to use Ken's expression, drop a one right now if you've ever regretted something. Please play along if you would, because I want to look in the chat and see if you have ever regretted something. Just drop a one in there. Okay, James, you were the first. Now I know it's everyone. I do know that it's everyone. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. You changed it to the resident. That's hilarious. So yeah, drop a one if you've ever had a regret, and then I'll know that you're there, and you will like this. So I want to talk not just about regret, because I think that regret is something that we are supposed to visit, but note the usage of the word visit. And so I've been teaching this concept for years, but regarding anything that you have held on to regret about, I want to create a fictional town, but go there in your mind and play ball with me if you would, called the town of Regretville. And I want you to think about how the best way to handle a regret is to drive through the town of Regretville and feel everything, but feel it as you're passing through. The key here is to not stop and settle in the town of Regretville. In other words, don't buy a home there. Keep moving. Feel the pain of whatever you're feeling. Feel the shame of whatever you're feeling. Feel the disappointment in you or the disappointment in the outcome or whatever it is. Feel it full out, but don't stop. Don't stop. Keep moving so that you eventually will see the city limit signs of Regretville. You will see that city limit sign in the rearview mirror. And you can continue on to the next town called Clarityville. And there it's fine to purchase a home. It's fine to spend long periods of time in Clarityville. And much of the clarity is from things you've learned by passing through Regretville. The problem is that when we hold on to regrets, we can't change the past. And those regrets wind up eating us alive. And I've seen it. And I haven't seen it in a limited number of cases. I've seen it as a widespread condition. I've seen it erode two of the most significant people in my entire life. And it stayed with them until their deaths, both of which came very early on. Very early on. And I was told years ago that anger, regret, and resentment are all three poisons that do more harm to their container than any one they could possibly be poured upon. That lesson was revealed to me when I was 14 years old. And it stuck with me. And I started thinking about that always do more harm to their container. Well, we are the container. We are the containers that choose to either house regret or not. And again, this is not a campaign against regret. It's a campaign against holding on to regret. Feel it powerfully, learn from it to the point where whatever it is you're regretting, and by the way, you know that we regret. I've talked to a lot of elderly people, and they shared this with me. They shared with me that toward the end of life, you regret a lot more what you didn't do than what you did do. Isn't that interesting? And I never met an elderly person that didn't share that opinion, that most of their regrets were tied up in what they didn't do, that they now feel like it's probably too late to do those things. And in many instances, it has become too late. There was a survey that I read, and I shared this in my live post earlier tonight, but there was a survey that I read about the top 5 regrets that hospice patients were willing to share. Gabby, I love you for that name change. That is so brilliant. And I can't wait to have Ken. Well, Ken probably is the one that just put that up there. But the top 5 regrets that hospice patients, so it was an exclusive group, survey group, and the test group of 100 hospice patients, in 97% of these cases, had the same number 1 regret. And each one articulated it in their own unique way, but the central theme of the regret was the same. And here's what it was. 97 out of 100 people surveyed who were at the very tail end of their earthly visit said this. Their biggest regret was that they had devoted the entirety of their lives trying to be who someone else wanted them to be. 97%. Instead of, at some point in their lives, stopping the music, stopping the chaos, stopping the distractions, and checking in with their beloved soul and saying, what did I come in this world to do, to express, to do, to be, to feel? What am I here for? Because it's nice if other people are happy, for sure. I would never minimize that or marginalize it in any way. But we can't do it at the neglect of the yearnings of our soul. We can't do that. It's not healthy, and it's not a good recipe for your mood. So your mood will be its best when you're satisfying the deepest yearnings of your soul. And those who disappear because of that, it's okay. Like, really, it's okay. There are losses in this lifetime that we have to mature to a point where we recognize it is a necessary loss. And it's really okay, because wherever there is a loss, there is room. There is room left over. There is a seat left for a new person to take a spot in your life who supports you being who you want to be. And how dare them think that their say-so about your pathway is more important than your say-so about your pathway.
Can I get an amen?
I'll amen it myself. Amen.
Amen. The 2 best days of a person's life are the day they are born and the day they find out why.
Ooh, Chad, that's magic, brother.
Hey, I just got, Joe Soto, who I talk about a lot.
Yes.
Is a good friend of mine. He is an amazing, amazing dude, and one of my mentors. And he said he recommended this book, and I haven't started it yet, but I did get the Audible book called The Courage to Be Disliked.
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese phenomenon that shows you how to change your life and achieve real happiness. Not that I need to change my life. I am a pretty dang happy dude. But I'm always, whenever it says the Japanese phenomenon, like that just makes me I just want to know what
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting that our quest for being liked and for popularity, our quest for that can sometimes throw extreme priorities.
Yeah.
What should be extreme priorities, such as the satisfaction of the deepest yearnings of our soul, it throws them right into the back seat, because at the end of the day, most people are comfort seekers. And so they trade in what truly is more valuable for something that really can't go the distance. And that's the thing. So it satisfies them in the micro, because in the micro they set aside the yearnings of their soul, and what they receive for it is the comfort of fitting in. And that seems to work. Of course, keyword here is seems. It seems to work now. It seems to. But by the time you get to the end of your life, you realize that in fact you traded Boardwalk for Baltic. And for anyone that plays Monopoly, you will really get that reference. So we just don't want to do that. We just don't want to do that.
Colin always adds.
Oh, that's beautiful, Colin.
He always adds value, and he also adds a lot of humor in his comments.
Now there's a big word there, and I want to see if the audience picks up on what the big word of all of that is.
Of what?
Of that sentence, and I'll read it. It's a lot easier for people to like you when you actually like yourself. Now, we teach this when we break down scripts and so forth. There is a money word.
When?
I see the value, because certainly I don't want to be contrary, especially with your birthday being in 11 minutes. But for me, Ken, the money word is actually.
I was going to guess actually.
When you, in other words, notice he says when you actually like yourself versus when you pretend to like yourself. So there is a big difference between bullshitting others,
yep,
and actually liking yourself. So if you actually did Colin agree with that?
Yeah.
If you actually like yourself, that's what people are responding to. You've got to know that, because people are not going to invest in your bullshit act. They're not going to do that, because energetically and aromatically, if we can introduce that word, aromatically, when we pretend to like ourselves, there is an immediate stench of bullshit in the air, and people can smell it from a country mile away.
Yep.
So it really is about actually.
And that, look, I don't think you mean that as a judgmental thing. You're the least judgmental person.
You're talking about me?
Yeah.
Not even slightly. Can you put the Aristotle quote back up?
Yeah. Huh?
You had a quote from Aristotle.
The only way to avoid criticism, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. Amen. I agree.
Right.
So
that way you won't offend anybody.
Right.
Right.
So I mean, look, we've all there is a and I don't know where I heard this. I heard it early on in my sales career. And before you jump on this, let me explain the way that it was explained to me. And that is there is a term that goes like this: fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to think, what? I don't want to be a fraud. I don't want to that's not what it means. What it means is this to me. Being in sales, which you're in sales, for the love of God, you're in a very difficult sales industry. And you've been to, I would imagine, at least early on in your career, you've done auditions or readings for movies or TV shows or whatever, and you didn't get the part.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
I know it probably doesn't happen often now, but back then I'm sure it happened at least every now and then.
Even the most, just keep this math in mind, even the most successful actors in the world have still, even to this point in their career, chalked up more no's than they have yeses.
Exactly.
We hear the word no more than we hear the word yes. Which
is the same thing if you're selling kitchen or bathroom remodeling. I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Right.
And it took me a long time because I freaking despise the word no. I can't stand it. I take it personal. I used to take it personal until I learned what fake it till you make it means. What fake it till you make it means to me is let it go. Go to the next appointment like you won the last one. Fake it till you make it. Go to the next appointment the next sales call, the next audition, the next whatever. Like I owned that last one. I got it. It's in the bag. I got it. And I'm feeling, and you've got to convince yourself that you're at your A game. That's the faking it till you make it. You have to convince yourself that I'm still up here at the top, the cream of the crop, and I've got this next one. Like, and I think again, it goes back to
you're looking at the clock. Do you need to be somewhere right at midnight for you? Do you want to be holding Jill's hand or be with your fam? I'm not joking because I want to let you do that.
Abigail's in bed. Jill's laying down with her.
Okay. So, yeah. I just don't want to ruin the midnight moment. Otherwise, I love being here as it becomes 12 midnight.
I appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Colin, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, that's very nice.
It is an accurate statement. That is not said from ego. That is, you're speaking in truth. And by the way, Colin, that's what I teach my students, you know, to quote Scott McCain, our buddy in the Ken and Glenn show with a guy named Scott that we see every Sunday night. Yep. Scott made an observation recently that I found profound, really profound, deeply profound. And it was that you don't see any signs out in front of a house that say for sale by renter. And the deeper meaning of that is that until you own something, you can't sell it.
That's
it's right. Yours. It's not yours to sell. And this goes well beyond houses. This comes up with belief systems, because unless you are implementing those belief systems and living by them, and they have proven themselves to be effective, you're going to have a real tough time standing on stage trying to download what you ain't practicing. And I'm intentionally using some good old Southern dialect there. You can't download what you ain't practicing.
That's right.
It just doesn't work.
That's right. That's right.
Did you see? Oh, hey, that's great. A countdown? Sure. Yeah. Put in a countdown in like 4 minutes. And that way we can all sing to you completely out of sync. Only it'll be problematic because I'll be the only one you get to hear, because it's not a Zoom call. Well, I'll sing on our behalf. The three of you have done wonders for my own self-belief. Always come out of these sessions better than I went in. That's sweet, Colin. Well, I'm grateful to hear that, because that's the primary reason for which we do the show, honestly.
And Glenn and I just off the cuff kind of decided to go live. He wanted to do a pre-birthday celebration show with me, and I said, okay. Whenever Glenn asks me to do something, the answer is yes before I even know what it is.
And mine to you is yes as well. By the way, did you see what Gabby L has done recently to her name?
I did.
I think that's just beautiful.
That's amazing. That is.
Please keep it that way for at least a little bit, Gabby, so that we can have some fun with that on the show on Sunday evenings.
That is so awesome. She went in and changed her name.
I'm trying to read all of these. Highlight as many of them as you can.
Yeah, I am.
We so appreciate all of you that are tuned in, but especially those who tune in regularly. And not only those who tune in, but let's take it up a notch. We appreciate those who chime in, right? So there's not just about tuning in, it's chiming in. And that's fantastic.
Why are all these ones in here? What did you do?
I asked if they would like to hear my thoughts about, I asked them if they had anything that they had ever regretted. And I said, drop a 1 if you've ever had a regret. And of course I expected an endless parade of ones, because we all have had regrets.
Look,
Pam
got a little carried away with
it. But she's just being that much more truthful, because it isn't singular. It is regrets for all of us. But the idea here is you really want to be able to say, I have had those regrets versus I have those regrets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And hopefully everyone that made Tremendous sense. Yes, take the struggle bus through Regretville to Successville. Yes. Yes. And Successville is one of the towns that I talk about. I've got several towns that I've nicknamed in my acting coaching. Chad, I talk about Reflectionville, which is where you go into a memory, which is down here somewhere. And then you look back up and talk to the person you were talking. And then Considerationville is in here somewhere, and Reflectionville is down in here in that deep place. It's all very true. Ken, it is 1 minute until. Do you have put the countdown clock?
Alexa, set an alarm for midnight.
Alarm set for midnight tomorrow.
Wow.
She'll go off.
You got about 30 seconds.
Look what Pam said. Look what Pam says.
I think we should all offer Ken a specific blessing for the upcoming year. Well, let's do that. And let's do that right at midnight, Pam, because we're going to do the countdown now, and then we will sing to him. And let's, if every one of you can think of a unique blessing that you would send Ken.
15 seconds.
Okay, I guess we're going to skip
10.
the countdown then. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Ken!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ken. Happy birthday to you. To you, 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 to you.
That's awesome, dude. Thank you. Thank you.
We love you here in Dallas, Texas, where it is not yet your birthday.
It's not.
How about that?
So if we stay on for another hour, you could sing again.
Yes. So let's think of some beautiful birthday wishes for this. By the way, your 53rd year. Are you aware of that?
Yep.
You've completed 52.
I have.
This is actually the beginning of your 53rd year, but we call you 52. So in his 53rd, what are we envisioning for Ken's life tonight? What do we see as an inevitability for him?
Ken got, what's that? What's that mean?
Ken got that JFK look on him.
What does that mean?
Honestly,
should I be ducking right now?
Since I'm from Dallas, that really brings a weird question up.
Keep my head low.
What is that JFK look? What does that even mean?
What does that mean? Now I'm worried. Thank you for all of the amazing birthday.
May the wind always be at your. I'll read your birthday.
That's an old Irish.
Yes. May the wind always be at your back, and the sun always upon your face, and may the winds of destiny carry you aloft to dance with the stars. That's beautiful.
You have a great Irish accent.
Thank you, buddy.
Dude, have you ever thought about getting into acting?
Hey, all I can say, listen, that is a much sweet. No, put it back up. I'm going to tell you something. That is a much better accent than if I were to say, hey, may the wind always be at your back and the sun always upon your face, you stupid face. And may the winds of destiny, I don't know what the hell that word's in there for, carry you aloft. Aloft. Are you kidding me? The dance with the stars. You see, it just doesn't have the same poetic feel, Ken.
It doesn't. So, that's a Marilyn Monroe song. Really? Let's see. Hold on. YouTube.
Are you going to look it up and play it? Are you going to do a screen share?
I don't know. Facebook might
I'll bet you James knows what he's talking about.
I'll bet you he does.
So what are some other birthday wishes for Ken? I like to call them birthday visions because a vision, we can really see it playing out.
What's the name of it? You have that JFK look? First one I found is Marilyn Monroe thought JFK would marry her.
Oh, so maybe you were looking at me with adoring eyes while I sang to you.
Oh,
Maybe that's it.
that might be it.
Maybe you appeared to be.
Oh, when Marilyn sang "Happy Birthday" to.
Oh, so
JFK.
I'm the one. Am I the one who had the look? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you had the JFK look because I was Marilyn singing to you. I got it.
Yes.
Well, I could have at least put some falsies up under my t-shirt so it would have had a little more of a Maryland feel.
Let's see here.
That's quite lovely, actually.
Here, let's just do it. He said, "Sorry, guys." He said, "Bingo. Sorry, guys." All right, so I'm going to share this. Let's just hear. We've got one of the stars from The Resident joining us, Gabby. Do you know her from The Resident?
Colin just made fun of me by saying I had a bad accent.
Oh,
I guess he's referring to the New York one. I hope he was anyway.
I don't know. I thought your New York and your other Irish accent was.
I've got about 23 different dialects I could have read that in. So
I thought they were both pretty good.
yeah,
myself.
play it. Let's see this.
Let's do this here.
Happy birthday, brother. I love you.
Hey, thank you. I love you too. And thank you to every single person on here. My gosh. I can't even believe how many people have said happy birthday to me. It's in wow. Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Monroe.
Oh my gosh, the code comes off. Surely they panned to Kennedy during the song.
I would imagine.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Sorry, Mr. President, for all the things you've done, the battles that you've won, the way you deal with U.S. Steel and our problems by the ton. We thank you so much. Everybody, happy birthday!
Wow. Well, now rumor has it, and I'm not spreading a rumor, but rumor has it that they shared a specific type of intimacy that you and I will not be sharing, Ken.
We will not share that one. No.
But I still love you.
Nonetheless. I love you too, dude.
And I want to say that she didn't love him 1 ounce more than I love you. She just chose to express it in a slightly different manner.
Way. Yeah.
So what are some of these
I'm pretty sure that Jacqueline was not a fan of hers.
Well, did you just see the comment that was posted?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeffrey.
From Jeffrey, he said they didn't pan to JFK because Jacqueline was sitting with him. So she may have been somewhat disgruntled with that.
Right. Oh my God. See, I can't, like, you can't take Eric anywhere, man.
Oh, Sylvia has joined us. Sylvia Wallace, my dear friend from Dallas.
Hi, Sylvia.
Look, she's sending
Thank
all
you.
sorts of birthday goodies for you.
Thank you.
What did Pamela say? I can't watch her without hearing "Candle in the Wind."
Yeah.
Oh
That's
God.
Elton John.
Elton John. Oh yeah.
That was all about, that gave me chills actually just now. I don't know why.
Mm.
But yeah.
Joan Anton says, "May your anchor be tight, your cork be loose, your rum spiced, and your compass be true." Well, that's adorable.
Yeah. Well, if I still drank rum, it would only be spiced. So thank you for that. Thank you. I'm looking through all these amazing comments. Colin is apologizing to you.
Oh, I hope he knows that I took no offense. I'm in show business, dude. I got thick skin, and I frankly enjoyed what you had to say. All good, my brother. All
Sorry,
good.
my chime was broken until now. My chime?
I'm not sure what that's referencing.
Have a ginger ale. There you go. Yeah, 51 though was an absolutely amazing year on so many levels, man. I mean, it's been just an incredible trip around the sun.
Let me ask you this: as an influencer, and certainly you are one, did you influence more lives this year than any year previously?
1000%. Yeah.
See, other than your wife and daughters, I think that's your biggest blessing.
It absolutely is.
The biggest blessing is that you actually made it a priority, and you're due credit for that. So please accept that. You made it a priority to reach out and touch the lives of many. And if more were devoted to that, Ken, in their own form, I mean, it may not be. Good night, Weldon.
Good night, Weldon. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the birthday wishes too.
It may not be that they are people who would ever go do a live stream, and when we understand that there is a certain prototype that will do that, but in our own way, each of us in our own unique way, and sometimes our very private way, hopefully we are facilitating an enhanced experience for others in some way, shape, or form. You just do it with very, very large numbers.
Look.
Well, the one word missing there is yet.
That is funny.
You know, I have a goal, Pamela, which is to get Ken into a movie with me. And there is a chance, depending on if COVID changes our shooting schedule, I'm supposed to do a film before The Resident starts back up. And if we do, I'm hoping that that Ken can come down, and there's something, no matter what size, just something where he can appear.
If I don't get a starring role, I'm not sure that I should do it.
Okay, then you should not come to the location.
I'm just kidding.
Because
that would be
the chances of that happening are
hey,
they're not encouraging.
I have a friend who's a casting director. Casting something.
Casting director is the correct expression.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. But anyway,
you ready to go get some sleep so you can be beautiful for your birthday?
Yeah, I'm pretty soon. Sure. Yeah. I'm very, very, what's Gabby saying? Wait, were we cutting Ken in now? What's that mean? Is that a filming thing?
I'm not sure what she's referring to when she says cutting Ken in. That's very true. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust the sail.
Look what Sylvia said.
I say that every time I fart. Every time I fart.
He wants a single card top of show.
Oh, look at that. That's Sylvia. Yes, he wants single card top of show or nothing.
I don't know what that means.
Schooled single card, meaning you're the only name on it.
Oh.
At the top of the show, like up front, Ken Walls, then the show. Sylvia, she knows the drill. She knows the way show business rolls.
Is she in show business?
She is indeed. And her daughter is one of my students.
Wow.
And, her daughter is as fine an actress as I have ever taught. And we were blessed to have her in the studio with us here in Dallas and in Los Angeles, both.
I just want to be, thank you, Colin. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, Reagan is her daughter, and Reagan Wallace is she's one of the few people that I have had the privilege of directing that I would refer to as a mega talent. Where the truth is, she didn't need my direction, not for her acting choices. Her instincts were spot on consistently. And maybe I was helpful maybe I was helpful in a mindset capacity. But Reagan blessed our studio with her, not only her talents, but frankly, her energy, as she does when she's around anyone. So
good night.
Like you, uplifts people. James is going nighty night?
Yeah.
All right. So let's say good night, birthday boy.
Dude, thank you so much for celebrating my when Ken does his first Playgirl layout. I'm counting on you to keep him real.
Pamela pitching the fastballs tonight.
She is. Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ball's probably not my best choice of words there, but maybe I could have said zingers, and that would have been a little more appropriate.
Oh my God.
Let's say goodnight, brother. Hey, we love you guys. I guess we will see you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Glenn. You're amazing, dude. Thank you.
I love you, bud, deeply and dearly and authentically. And if we don't do it again for a little while on your actual day at some point tomorrow, then we will see them Sunday for yet another episode of the Ken and Glenn Show with a guy named Scott.
That's
Sunday
right.
at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the birthday love and wishes. You all are amazing. Love you all. And we will see you guys later. Glenn, don't go anywhere.
Cool.